If you got fire, you also have smoke, and smoke is a tricky fucking tricky damage. There's a lot of what's crazy is out here these motherfuckers like literally have a little bit of ash in their window. That's it, just a little bit of ash in the window, and I'm giving them like 40 grand, 50 grand. They get their whole fucking house clean. They get their insulation changed. Like, all this shit that I'm like, really? All we gotta do. Weird shit. His 11th touchdown of the year, and the Browns have cut it back within a score. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good, and that'll cut the lead down. Here's the Mountain Dew court. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. I'm trying to figure out how to get some of these other and this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Like Saboteur, Suppressor. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
State Farm Daily Stat Challenge, that's what I want.
Complete to his running back right side. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen. And it turns into a nice positive play.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jones. He's got his man. It's Gallup.
What is it that you're trying to do?
Change the fucking.
Oh, here, right here.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Over the middle to Smith. And the Patriots are going to be looking at first and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the completion, it'll be second down. They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. And he is going to lose yardage here. Big play coming here. It's third and goal. Off the play fake. Jones eluding the pressure right. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Close to a turnover there in the end zone. And his kick is indeed good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. He'll be dropped at the 30. The first broken tackle couldn't bust him free. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Now Watson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at third down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Faking the give. Now Watson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Now Jones, a final shot before break. Escaping the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. So we've reached halftime here at Gillette Stadium with the Patriots on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Jones. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Jones on third down. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play there for the Patriots. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Off play action. Jones. On the left side, Gallup's got it. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A big play there for the Patriots. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
It's now 3rd and goal.
From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw again.
I don't even know who that dude is.
Go down, sacked back at the 13-yard line. Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sack. And his kick is good.
Nice. Let's see the one you picked. Oh, I like it.
All things considered, a good opening drive to
Yeah.
begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Browns drive about to get started. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone. I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
I have to play game 7 tonight. I'm excited.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
In man coverage, your #1 cardinal rule.
I didn't realize that was tonight too.
And that's why the comeback route is so effective, because that's how they're selling it, Brandon. Taking you all the way upfield before breaking it back down.
Watson on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete.
I think the new bike is slow.
35-yard line.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
I feel like the bike is slower compared to the hoverboard.
Previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense.
Yeah, I think I like that. I think the hoverboard is faster.
Like take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
After the sack on 1st down, Watson flush to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far.
We got 5 in here already. Yeah. I'm just waiting for you to finish your Madden game, huh?
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Watson. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And that is caught at the 10-yard line.
My best friend made me buy this game on computer called The Forest. That shit's pretty dope. I was playing it last night. It's called The Forest. It's a horror survival game. You're like in this plane crash on this island, and like you have to like build a shelter and find food and clean water, and then there's these like fucking mutant things that try to fucking come and kill you, and the more you fuck with shit, like the more trees you cut down, and you know, the more, basically the more signs that you're there, the more they come and like raid you and attack you.
Slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On 2nd and goal, Watson, and he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right, he had him open, just a split second too late on the release. Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan.
Anybody say anything about the New Jerseys?
The 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will not have time to get another play in here as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the
Yeah, I left my Madden league.
The kickoff unit is out on the
Took me 3 fucking years to get in that Madden league. 3 like actual real years, not like seasons, but 3 years. They're considered one of the premier PS5 or PlayStation leagues. The guys in that league fucking go to like E3, and they go to the Madden or the EA conventions, and they create a bunch of content and do a lot of like YouTube shows and shit like that on the league. And you have to have a Twitter for the league, like a league like team Twitter, and you have to tweet so many times a year and tag the and you have to like there's a lot of shit that goes into it. You have to participate in shows or create content for the league. It's dope though.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And my goodness, puts it on the carpet, it's out. And I think they are.
But it just got to where it was too much, like
would have been something, double turnovers, but instead they'll keep the possession on the INT.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down big in the fourth
You'd say
quarter.
an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Pats at the line,
enjoy
ready to
this
go.
shit. I don't ever do them in the game. The post fades and shit.
Charles, you
But
said
like
earlier, this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they?
like I hit that shit. Like I green those motherfuckers with this build. Just because my mid range is so high.
Them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2.
I probably should take more middies with this build because it's my highest shooting is mid range. Like I got like an 89 mid range. My 3 is only an 84.
The first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
That's why I get mad when I miss, but I'm like, I know I only have an 84, but like, it's like, fuck, man, I was wide open. I should have hit that. It'll be slightly earlier, slightly late, and I miss it, but I know it's because I only have an 84. For the most part, I green them bitches, though. But it's weird because each game, the delay is slightly different with me being on the West Coast. So each game I have a slight delay, and I don't know what it's going to be. That's why I always miss that first fucking shot, and I'm like, okay, what was that, early or late? Okay.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Hey, what if I hold?
Now Jones. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they're going to have another
Okay,
first down.
I think I need to do that.
At the Browns 18.
I drive.
Throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth. And boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. He's got Smith here. And he's brought down. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Damian Harris, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Patriots extend their fourth quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 24. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Browns drive about to get started. They'll fake the handoff. Now under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Matt Judon just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. He's going to let it fly. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball.
Oh, God.
Lead fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw, Watson. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. After what they've faced during this game, where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion. Desperation time, Watson on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
So my wife just sent me this fucking story. Well, she sent it to me yesterday, but I just fucking got the notification for it. But it's like, I recently found out why my mom would never sleep around me when I was a kid. Like, she never let herself take naps or sleep if I was awake, ever. Or if she did, she would lock her bedroom door. So when I was 6, I was asleep in my bed in the middle of the night when I hear a loud bang, like a pot being dropped, and come out to the living room to see my mom standing by the window with just a huge pile of spaghetti all over the sill and a pot on the ground. And I'm like, "Are you gonna eat all that?" And y'all, she gets big mad and yells at me and chases me into my room. But then, a little while later, a bunch of cops show up and ask me a bunch of random ass questions about my art. Like this one cop lady keeps asking me to draw dragons for her, and they seem mad as hell. I didn't want to get arrested, so I just never asked my mom for spaghetti after that. Lesson learned. Don't ask mom for spaghetti or she'll call the damn police on you. So I have this memory in my head, and it goes unquestioned until I say it out loud for the first time a few months back. Sorry, the punctuation on this is shit. First time a few months back, as soon as I say the words, when I was 6, my mom called the cops on me for asking for spaghetti. My adult logic slams into place and is like, hang on, your mother definitely did not call the police on a 6-year-old for asking for spaghetti. So obviously, that's not what really went down. So I call my mom up to tell her how I remember it, and on top of figuring out why her kid was always been really cagey around spaghetti for the last 3 decades, she tells me what really happened. So on that night, a man tried to break into our house through the front window. It was just my mom and her kids, so she did what she felt she had to, and she shot him in the head. He had been wearing a helmet, which landed on the floor under the window. Now, I just want y'all to put yourselves in my mom's shoes for a minute here. This woman had just taken a human life. The trauma of that, the instant agony, the panic, the guilt, the fear, all of it hitting her at once. Her only solace is knowing that her children are safe. She protected her daughters. No matter the cost of her soul, her children are safe. Then she looks up to see her 6-year-old staring at the inside of a man's head before saying, "Are you going to eat all that?" Someone's like, it's so fucked up how our child's psyche perceives things. Like, they perceived it as like, mom was making spaghetti and dropped the pot, when really it was, mom just shot this dude in the head, and it's really just brains and shit, and that's the inside of his skull. Because he was wearing a helmet on the ground, on the floor in front of the window. Well, yeah, that shit was crazy.
Dude, that's what I was wanting to read to you, and I was like, no, I gotta send it, because you gotta hear it.
Yeah. The whole time.
I never asked my mom for spaghetti again.
I know. You gonna eat all that? That's totally like a Ty thing. Ty would totally like. Right, me too.
Like, it's so fucked up, but the storyteller once said.
Can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points.
Right.